Hi all, good morning. Um, so I'm just starting this web chat so that we can discuss any questions, clarifications, or share some of my thoughts for the um, PRANIWA affairs. And we will discuss a little more about the elections where we have the voting tomorrow. Okay, and give me a few minutes for me to send out the uh, link to the web chat to all of you. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm sending this. Okay, so you'll get a link in your email or in the WhatsApp shortly. We still have 9 minutes for the scheduled time, but never mind. We can still continue talking about it. I will introduce Venkat Reddy, who is with me. He's from P79. Would you mind coming and saying hello from here?
It's okay. I'm a phantom interviewer. Good morning, all. Okay. I'll be interviewing Shyam.
Yeah. So
you are welcome to post your questions.
Yeah, of course. The priority is the questions from any of the users who logged in. Okay, right. To fill in, Venkat, you can ask me some tough questions.
Sure. Okay. I'll do my best.
Okay. And yeah, can you WhatsApp that, please?
I've done it.
Okay, super. Let's WhatsApp the link to everybody in our group as well. Oh, did you post it in PRANIWA?
Yeah, you can do it on broadcast.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Good morning.
Hmm?
Good morning.
All right. Oh. Okay, there is a typo. Okay, that's good. We still have 5-6 minutes for the scheduled time. Okay, so we have a couple of people joining. Good morning, all. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
You can? Can you test it out, Venkat?
It's fine. Yeah, the link is fine.
Okay, you're getting the audio?
Yes. Let me check that.
Yeah, can you check if you are getting the audio also? You're getting the audio?
Yes.
Oh, super. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, super. Then this is going to be a good idea for increasing collaboration. Yeah. But we should find some other way also for a two-way communication. For now, it's good to start with.
The top chat button.
Okay.
You can explain about top chat button.
Meanwhile, we can explain about the top chat button. Hi, Surendra. Good morning. Hi, Anjali. Good morning. Okay, so Surendra, can you give me those 5 minutes since we said 8 o'clock? Yeah, I will take your question first. Okay, and yeah, so we'll explain about the top chart here, right? So for the users, yeah, you'll have a top chart here on the screen. When you click on that, you can post your questions in the text, and we will see those questions and speak about that, or try to provide the information as much as I can. Okay, super. Can you go on mute on your device?
Top chat is
yeah, top chat is if you are from a mobile, it will be at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Venkat, can you go on mute?
Yeah.
Because we don't want to echo,
yes.
right? Okay, 4 more minutes. Surendra, are you liking at least the effort? We can actually use it to make our decision making a little more closer to owners, or at least clarifications can be given. We will see. We'll find out some technology options where voice communication can be from both sides. But for now, this is good. I hope you are liking it. Okay, meanwhile, let me give an introduction about myself. Yeah, thank you, Surendra. So yeah, so as most of you might be knowing, not most, I would say, a lot of you might be knowing, I'm Shyam Prasad. I stay in B115. I own this house, and I'm here for the last 10 years. I started contributing to PRANIWA even when I was not fully in. I used to come every week and participate in the very early stages of this association. And then I moved in and took a house on rent for a few months, and then got my house ready and then moved in. And then I've been participating in various committees. I've been criticizing them. I've been helping them, and I know what our issues are, what are the issues for the residents, and what are the aspiration most of the owners. And I have a direct interaction with a lot of our members of the association. So this time, last time I was in the election commission and was conducting the elections, but this time I decided to jump in and contest myself. That's going to be the first question. Surendra has asked. We are going to start with that question just in a minute from now. Okay. Okay. And Venkat, you have some tough questions listed out for me, or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's time.
This is good. Yeah. Okay.
So Shyam, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Venkat. So we have the first question, I guess, already in.
No, first let me know how's your morning.
Oh, this is good. I just had a walk and I met Amarnath and Ali Garu also on the way. I wished Ali Garu Eid Mubarak, and we all had a couple of jokes and had a good laugh. And then I'm done with my walk. I'm back at home.
Oh, very good. Okay, my question would be, why webcast this session in YouTube, on YouTube?
So there are a couple of options. We have a Facebook Live, we have YouTube Live, right? So we thought of Facebook Live. However, that requires all the owners to have a Facebook account. So which might not be very conducive, because considering a lot of our owners might not be using Facebook. So then we zeroed in on YouTube, which is pretty much most of them have a Gmail account, and they can go to YouTube since it's a publicly available web chat. They can access it. So that's the idea.
So some of the members were thinking that isn't it going overboard?
What is going overboard in it? It's simple. We are all technical people. We have technology which is free, and we should reach out to our owners. And going forward, I think we should explore these options more than this, right? So to make our decision makings transparent and also seek a lot of feedback. So yeah, so that's what I believe in.
So we have a multiple variety of owners who will be conversing in Telugu, Hindi, and English.
Yes.
So how are we going to conduct this session?
Yeah, I can converse in English and Telugu, and Hindi as well. Though it's not so great, but I can put my word in Hindi. I think people can understand.
Okay, so let's start with the first question from Mr. Surendra.
Okay. Hi, Surendra. So Surendra is asking, what makes you participate in this election? There is a long answer and there is a short answer. Okay, let me give the long answer. What made me participate in this election is we have a good committee currently, which is elected some 6 to 8 months ago, which came with a huge mandate and huge expectations. Unfortunately, the President Chaturvedi Garu has to move out due to his professional and other constraints. So then what we noticed is the team is good. They are doing some of the good works and started thinking about fixing the problems, but it's not a well coordinated effort. And also there is no structure to the way the MC is functioning. So that's one of the reasons I was looking at. And then if you look at the long-term scenario, this society used to be pretty good. And in these 10 years, our property prices and rental values are very low. However, as an individual, I was not much bothered initially about it, because I bought this house to live here. So I was not much enthused if the rate increased, or not disappointed if the rate decreased. But on the whole, for everybody, the property value needs to at least offset our bank interest, right? So that's not happening. And the general maintenance, there is a deterioration from over the years. So these are the issues we are seeing. And when we looked at it, I was looking for some good candidates who are who are well placed to work with the existing team and take the committee forward, and also well placed to tackle the problems that we have. The problems we have are better coordination with owners, more participation of owners. That's the number one problem, right? Second, we have the actual problems. That is a different thing. But this is what should be driven by a president, so that more participation is there and the MC team is empowered and guided well by all the owners. That I found that is missing in the existing scenario. And also, we were talking to many of the owners, and what we felt is experienced hand is what is missing, because there is a first committee who did whatever they can. There is a second committee who did whatever they can for a three long years, which is a good achievement actually across all committees. No other committee did a 3-year term or completed a 3-year term. And then there is a third committee, which at which point we were even struggling to get even the 13 people that is required to man the association. At that time, Soban Babu Garu was the election commission, and he did a tremendous effort to motivate people and bring in folks. Finally, we could get a committee which is unanimously elected based on the number of nominations, right? And that committee also, we were encouraging all the folks to come and take the mantle. But that committee slowly frittered away, right? So a lot of people from the committee, they went back, and they're otherwise busy with their personal lives. And then also President Garu, Chandrasekhar Garu, is a nice man. He did some good work, but he has to move away. He need to be remote. And virtually the third committee was running with only 2-3 people. Vijay Mohan Garu and Neena Goswami auntie. So virtually those are the 2 people who did. And then Ram Reddy, secretary, used to be there. He resigned. And then a couple of people came as co-opted, like Madhushekar, Kishore, right? So they have shown some enthusiasm, and they came. But that's when I think we lost steam. We were only doing the basic minimum things and lost focus for really doing the long-term things. And then after that, this is the 4th committee, which came with huge mandate. We had a fantastic election with 26 participants in the election, and a team of 13 people were elected. So the expectations were very, very high on this team, and the mandate is stronger. 348 owners participated, but even after that, things are actually not moving. By looking all to provide that experience into the committee. Experience means I have seen various committees. I know, including myself, I know various mistakes we have done, right? And we need to learn from them. The problem is we can't do the same mistakes again and go back, right? So yeah, if you don't know something, we can commit a new mistake and grow. But we can't do the same mistakes and stuck in where we are some 10 years ago or 5 years ago. So that's the reason what prompted me. Even when I look at the list of nominations that went out, I saw that the experience is definitely missing to provide that. And also to, I thought personally also, it's enough of talking from the sidelines or suggesting, guiding. That's enough of that, because we still have almost 2.5 years of remainder term for this team, which is pretty long time, and we can't waste that time. So and personally, I can have time. So I have enough flexibility in my professional and personal life. So I can dedicate some time. So these are the reasons what prompted me to jump in and contest. Before you move on, Venkat, let me ask Surendra. Surendra, are you okay with this, or do you have any follow-up questions? Did I answer your question to your satisfaction, Surendra?
It takes 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Video to...
Oh, okay. There is a lag. Okay, have coffee. Yeah.
Coffee with my
Can you explain?
Okay, so...
Okay, yeah, we'll get there, Surendra. Yeah, Venkat, so there is a question from Surendra.
Okay.
Can you explain the failures and mistakes of previous presidents? What can do? How can we do it better? Right?
Would you like to answer that?
Yeah, we'll get there. Meanwhile, if you have any other questions.
So, I believe your campaigning is going good.
Yeah, campaigning is good. I was able to at least reach out to all the owners who are resident here, called many of the owners who are not residing here. Of course, I couldn't reach all the 600 owners. I would love to. And that's the reason why I was trying different options of WhatsApp broadcasting or web chat live. And I should actually commend election committee for that live YouTube live-in for the candidates introduction in Central Park, which is good. All the owners can take a look at it.
जीतने के क्या chances लग रहे हैं आपके?
I don't know. I'm not an expert in those calculations. And yeah, I jumped in. I'm reaching out to all the owners. I'm telling what I'm trying to do, and it's for owners to see if I have the thought clarity, if I have understanding of the issues, and if I have the style of working in which I seek feedback and get to know things. I can't boast of saying I know everything, right? I'm not saying that. So people need to give me, hey, you are working on this, but we need this. This is our priority. So as part of the campaign, when I met a lot of owners, residents here, I got a lot of ideas from people that these are the things actually what many people want. So I got a list of those, and yeah, so that helped me. So that way, actually, this campaign helped me a lot. And as far as winning chances, there is no winning or losing. All three of us are contesting. Yeah. So at this point of time, who would be better suited to be the president of the society is the thing that is going to be decided by owners, rather than anybody winning or losing. At this point of time, if people think Salam Ali Garu would be a better proposition, or Amarnath is a better proposition, or myself, Shyam Prasad, is a better proposition at this point of time, that is what will be decided by all the owners and association members.
Okay. You said that after looking at the candidates, you have decided to contest for president. So what is your take on Salam Ali Garu? What do you think?
Salam Ali Garu, very enthusiastic person. He jumps in whenever there is an issue, or he's a public service oriented person. No question about it. I like him a lot, and he worked with the existing MC also on a couple of things. He opened them a couple of meetings with Jilla Parishad officials, and all of them using his personal contacts. So that's good. He helped. Yeah.
But you think he's not right for president?
No. Don't put your words in my mouth. That's for all the owners to decide. I think I am at this juncture where our society is right now. I think I'm the suitable candidate to be the president at this point. That's my opinion. That should be ratified by owners and all that. That doesn't mean others are bad, right?
Right. And do you think Amarnath lacks experience because he was in MC? He resigned. He came back again. He resigned.
No. Hold on. See, okay. So let's not worry about criticizing Amarnath or anybody, right? Or Salam Ali Garu or myself. So that's what is required. So Amar is very enthusiastic. Okay, he's part of the existing committee. He's the joint secretary. He won the election as a member 8 months ago. Now he decided to move on and contest as president. That's entirely his call, right? And as far as I'm concerned, he's a good guy with enthusiasm. He's trying his best. Yeah. And Amar's campaign will address what Amar want to do. So I'm not going to fall into your questions. Yeah.
Okay. So that was
1 second. We have a couple of new users. Hello, Lakshmi Garu. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we are coming to your questions. Okay. Lakshmi Garu is asking, what are the issues which you want to take up proactively rather than looking at them after an issue is raised? Okay, so proactively, of course, there are issues already arise. We need to fix the security in a simple, not exorbitantly costly way, right? There are simple ways. Where we are missing in the security thing is a little more of supervision and training. See, in market, if we don't have great vendors who are providing the required services, you can't help, right? So you can't control the entire security market. But whoever we employ to provide security, we need to supervise and guide them and set the expectations what exactly we need.
But we do
And
have
the
experienced
compound
person.
wall.
We do have experienced persons, but can we afford it?
Exactly that. See, within our budget, if we can afford, we go for a better service. If we can't, whatever you get, you make them do their job better by providing a little more supervision, training them, setting the expectations, so that even the low quality vendor, whatever we can, right? And also the compound. We for a number of years we have been talking about the solar fencing. Fine, it's a costly affair to once in one shot to revamp all the solar fencing. Fine, let's do the math, see if we can afford it. If not, simple, put that L bend. Even Air Force Station has the same on the compound wall. Put the L bend and put the barbed wire. That's good enough to begin with, and less costly also. We don't need to be very fancy on everything, right? So and yeah, this is one issue. Proactively looking at issues is, Lakshmi Garu, how do we go about long-term financial sustenance? So there is no issue arised so far, but I'm going to pay clear, detailed attention to the financial sustainability of this society. We have a certain amount of money that comes, about 6 lakhs per month in terms of maintenance. In that 6 lakhs, what are the services we can do? We are a 10-year-old community. Most of our equipment might be reaching their lifetime, right? And we might incur a lot of repair expenditure. One day we need to decide and say, hey, let's replace this. Where do we have the money? Right? Do we have the corpus fund interest accrued for such kind of capital expenditure? Are we ready without tampering with the principal amount of the corpus? Can we find ways to fund our society for the capital expenditure, right? Can we get some help from the government agencies? Partially, Panchayat might give something. Partially, we might chip in some money and get long-term things. Proactively looking things means, so we talk about relaying roads, right? So we can do that. Doing the patchwork on roads. Patchwork, I think we should be able to do quickly. But relaying of roads, if ever we do that, right, in a year or 2 years, the way I think is, we should be planning for it. When we relay the roads, actually we should have the trenching and have all the underground cables and everything in the trenching. Right now we have underground cables, which is very good, right? It looks neat, but the repairs and all that is taking a lot of headache. We are digging up the roads, digging up the footpaths, and that's creating clutter, affecting the neatness, right? So when we do roads next time, we should chip in more money or plan it ahead and do a trenching. So those are the ideas that we should be having before any complaint comes. If we are proactive, you can actually avoid a lot of complaints. Lakshmi Garu, I hope I'm answering your question. Or do you have any follow-up?
Okay. Meanwhile, you've been in the EC yourself, conduct a epic election, wonderful election, and now there is a new EC. How do you think they're doing?
Oh, they're doing good. So I did what I can in the last election. So we are 3 people: Shastri Garu and Vasanta Garu, 2 senior citizens, and myself. We pulled off the last election, which was very, very hectic, because that's for the entire committee. There are 26 contestants and everything. But this time, yeah, we have a good election committee. They're doing good. I'll let them do their job. If there is a feedback, I'm giving them. I'm not here to judge on their job they're doing. If there is any concern, there is an issue, of course I give one or two letters like, hey, timing set, polling timing, relook at it. Such feedback, they welcome it. Or a lot of owners, they give a lot of feedback, and they're doing their job. Yeah.
Okay. Last time you followed a principle to let anybody and everybody to contest and vote irrespective of what bylaws say. But I believe the new EC is sticking to the bylaws. It is giving very little leeway for people to contest and vote. What do you think about not allowing proxy votes in this election?
Okay, so there are three parts in your question.
Right.
One, last time we allowed anybody and everybody, which is not correct.
Okay.
Last time we have restrictions for the contesting candidates in terms of corpus and maintenance dues. Okay, principle of the corpus and maintenance dues. For voters, we didn't had any restriction. We allowed every member of the association, irrespective of the dues or irrespective of the residential status, voting rights. That was what we did. I'm not saying that is perfect or anything. This time they come up with a different set of guidelines, and they are doing it. I have no qualms about it. I have a couple of concerns on that, and I already communicated to those two EC, and I will let them consider and make their final call, rather than insisting that whatever suggestion I gave is the only thing that EC should do, right? So they are there, they know their job.
So what were your are you having any troubles with EC?
No, I have, for me, I have absolutely no trouble with EC, but yeah, so whenever I have a concern, I give them a letter, and they're considering. And even yesterday, all three of the contesting candidates together, we gave a letter, right? So we are working on it. That's the way we should be working.
So how many proposals you gave to EC, and how many were considered?
I gave about 3. All 3 of them are considered.
And?
Yeah.
Approved?
Yeah. So at least out of the 3, they considered, they need not do exactly what I suggested, right? They considered it and did what they can. Yeah. Okay. It's their judgment. Yeah.
So with the new restrictions in place, how many votes will be polled? What is your prediction?
Okay, so if you take last time election as a baseline, we got about 209 direct owners votes last time, while the total polling is 348. Direct owners are 209 last time. This time, the proxy voting is basically restricted to the family members, so a little might reduce there. And also, again, within 6 months we are having an election. There might be slight drop, is what I'm expecting. That's why I'm trying to reach out to more people and enthuse more people to increase the turnout, and that's why EC also did a good job in doing the live of the candidates introduction, so that might actually help. So all in all, we have 160 resident owners. I think we have at least 50-60 owners at least residing in the city, and we have few more owners residing in Bangalore, Vijayawada, Nellore, Vizag, Chennai, right? So some of them might turn out. So I'm anticipating about 200 to 225 as the turnout. I should mention the last time an owner, Mr. Suresh Raju, I think.
Yes.
He flew down from Mumbai and casted his vote. It's fantastic, right? Yeah. So don't underestimate.
And someone flew from America this time.
Yeah. So meanwhile, we see Raju Bhupati joining. Hi Raju, thank you for joining, and is asking how you are going to address personal attacks and provoking discussions in our common email groups. Okay. No problem. It's I'm not going to do the do any personal attacks or provoking stuff, or neither I'm going to fall for those tricks, right? Simple. I'll focus on what I need to do. In any message that I get, if there is a personal attack, I choose to ignore it. If there is some point, I just take the point and address to the point. That's the way I worked even when I was in EC also, right? So, and yeah, so no issues on that, Raju. Okay, so meanwhile, Surendra has a couple of questions. Shall we address that? Can you explain the failures and mistakes of previous presidents? What you can do better, and will you be able to cooperate? Oh, okay. Balance work, life, and society with the balance. Okay, okay. So, yeah, Surendra, let me answer this. Balancing my work, life, society, and yeah, my personal interests. Okay, so work, yeah, I can balance because I have a lot of flexibility, and I'm experienced and senior enough so I have a lot of helping hands, teams at work, and also I'm good at managing my time. I do a lot of activities, and so managing the work is not a problem. Personal interests, my personal interests are public affairs is what interests me. So anyway, I'm participating and spending time on the society, right, even before running this election. So that it's not going to make a difference, but maybe I need to be a little more organized and keep up the schedules for the meetings and all that. But other than that, it's not a big issue. Okay, so your other question, failures and mistakes of previous presidents, what you can do better. Okay, so previous presidents all they did what they thought at that time, and to the best of their abilities and to the best of the knowledge that is available, right? So right from Dr. Prasad Garu to R.K.M. Raju, who did for 3 years, and then Chandrasekhar Garu, right? And yeah, so all three, I wouldn't call failures, but I learned from all of them, and they are all of them are my good friends today. So at least I'm going to use the learnings from them, and maybe I might commit my own mistakes, but I'm not going to commit the same mistakes or what do you call it? Okay, so we'll stick with mistakes, the same mistakes as, that were done by others, right? So it's not mistakes anybody does, right? In the you will have choices. Sometimes we will make not so ideal choice, which might result in something. But the problem is, I have an attitude when I take a decision or take an approach. I'm not going to stick with it like it's my religion. I take a decision or a path. I choose a path with crystal clear mind, with all the information. I do my due diligence and take a decision. But that doesn't end there. I continuously watch out for faults in that, whether it is working, is it going in the right way or not. And I have the flexibility to do course correction, right? So that's where we all get better. If we take a decision and take a rigid stand, say, okay, we considered everything, we took a decision, we are going to stay with it. That's not going to fly, right? So that's not how the world operates. The things keep changing. The execution is different, right? So ideally, you might choose a path, but during the execution, you should still keep your eyes open and see if your execution is matching the intents of your decision. If not, go back, take a course correction and review it. That is how we need to make progress. I think that's where my decision making process will be better. That's what I believe in, Surendra. I hope that answered your question, Surendra.
Okay, so you already have a MC in place.
Hi, 1 second. Hi, Sridhar. So we have Sridhar Verma joining. Okay. How are you planning to address protecting gated community and basic amenities like continuous water? All street lights are in good operating condition and STP revamp. Yeah, these are basic issues, Sridhar. As I said in my earlier introduction meeting, these basic issues, no matter what, should be there, right? And then we should move on to next level of things like how to improve the living conditions, etc. But right now, our basic things like water softening plant, sewage treatment plant, they are non-functional. Okay. Lighting is street lighting is okay, but there are problems, and it's not at our level. We need to fix it. So how we are going to address them? It is simple, right? So if I become the president, the first thing I'm going to do is look at the money, right? The monthly cash flow, how much we are going to say. Right now we are about 2 lakhs going for salaries, right? We have about a lakh and a half that's going for security. We have about a lakh for cleaning. We have some 60,000-70,000 for garden maintenance. So we need to just look at this and reprioritize that. We need to work with see street lights. Panchayat also need to contribute, right? So Panchayat is contributing, but is the quantity is the quality that is provided by Panchayat is good enough for us? No, right? So what do we need to do? We need to add more money and bring it to our level of quality, the desired level of quality. And yeah, so that's how we need to.
Huge amount of money for repair and all.
Right.
Where will you get the money?
Yeah, so that we need to work out. So from the STP and softening, right? So these are primary issues, and we need to see if we have the accrued interest, and once we put the clear proposal, like for revamping the STP or for repairing, this is what it takes. This much money is required, and from the monthly cash flows, right? We have that money or not. And also, suppose if I say X amount is being spent on STP, right? So you don't spend X amount in one shot, right? So you plan out the project. The work takes 2 months. So you start with this much. After a month, you need to pay this much. After 2 months, you need to pay this. Plan the cash flow. And if you don't have the money, go back to AGM, seek, put it in front of the owners, see if you can get a loan or something from the corpus account, not for a permanent usage, right? So you have interest accrued, take that and fix the capital equipment and find out a quick way to go back and fill that in the corpus. Again, accrue it, because you keep getting this every few years, a capital expenditure required. And also we have a huge dues that are pending, about 1 crore of rupees, right? From various maintenances and corpus dues. So at least the maintenance dues, if we collect, so that should give us additional money, right? So we need to find out ways. So we will reach out to owners who are not residing and also not paying the maintenance, so which is running into lakhs, and we need to find a way. First thing that I'm going to do is we need to find a way for that. We have a bylaws committee recently formed who are working on it. We what are all the legally permissible ways to reach out to these owners and collect these maintenances. What can we offer them? So we need to we'll reach out to them, say, hey, your property values, all of our property values will get better. It's better you pay up, right? If you don't pay, all of us are going to suffer. So if we make a good case, I think we can make a good attempt at recovering the dues. That will give us more money. Okay. So there are various options that see right now I can't on my own tell, oh, I'll go this way, right? So this is the way I'm going to operate. But if I get elected, I need to work with the rest of the team take them on board, right? I need to hear how the rest of the team would like to address these problems. They might have some brilliant ideas, right? So together, then whatever is the option, we will put it in front of the owners, and then ask people's feedback, tell the priorities, and set the expectation. Then all the owners will guide us. Hey, this is number one priority, or yeah, this is good, but this is not our priority. That's what owners might say sometimes, right? So based on that, we need to operate. Okay, 1 second. We have a couple more users meanwhile joined. Okay, so continuous water, Sridhar, as you have asked, continuous water supply, currently we have a problem. Now, I don't think that will be possible at this point, frankly, because our capacity to get the water from the ground and pump it into our storage tanks and use the pressure pumps and then get it to houses, right? So first you need some time to run the bores and fill in, right? During that time you can't supply, right? And then you start the pressure pumps and push the water, right? Once you start pushing the water, and again, it takes time for the tank to get filled in. Second, when you start softening, yeah, currently it might not be happening, right? But we will get there. When you start softening itself will take time. You take the water into one tank, you soften it, put it in the other tank, and then pump, right? So that's going to take time. So most of the owners have a local small storage, overhead storage of 1,000 liters, right? Once that is filled, we are good. Maybe giving water a couple of times each day is good enough to begin with. But yeah, ideally having 24/7 water supply, let me be frank, at this point it's a far shot. Okay, and also we need to conserve our resources. Okay, and so Sridhar, does that answer your question, or do you have any follow-up? Okay, while Sridhar is responding to us, we see Mr. Kole and Shilpa and Santosh joining. Hi Kole, hi Shilpa, hi Santosh. Thanks for joining. Can you guys hear me? Okay, and yeah, that makes it better. Okay, so okay, so we have any other questions? Let me check. So Venkat, you have any of those your tough questions, or
Okay, so you already have a team in place, MC.
Yeah.
So in recent AGMs and SGMs, you are having constant squabbles with them, or constant whatever tussles. So how do you think they are going to react to your addition to the team?
Yeah. See, first of all, I don't have any squabbles with them. Yeah, I have some disagreements, and they know it, right? So they know me, and they know it. I have some disagreements, and actually the disagreements even at one point went a little too far also, right? Yeah, I know there is that slight bit of discomfort, but I think that can be easily overcome, because I would say existing committee, Vijay Mohan Garu, Rama Rao, Kishore, right, Narayana, Anand, all these are good friends. They know when I ask something or suggest something, they know my intent, right? So they are they did the way they did because of their constraints, right? So, and I'm sure the members in the MC, they would see me adding to their team as a strength, right? Definitely, I don't see any issue there, because see, it's not like I'm against MC, right? I'm trying to join MC, so we will be a team. Whoever it is, whatever, irrespective of the result of this election, I joined the MC, right? So we will work with them. Yeah, to be frank, yeah, since there was strong disagreements and all that, yeah, Raghu Garu is there, right? So especially with on a couple of issues, I had a strong disagreement with Raghu Garu, and he knows about it. And it's just a question of sitting together and setting expectations with each other, understanding each other. It's not a question of whether I am right and Raghu is wrong, right? It's not that, or Raghu is right and I am wrong. The question is, I'm looking at the things from a different perspective. Raghu might be looking at it from a different perspective. He is more valued in the day-to-day affairs of running the committee, so he might be looking at it. I come with a different perspective because I have seen the society longer. I have committed the same mistakes myself and have seen others, right? So I might be anticipating a little more than the existing committee members when I suggest something. Hey, this is not going to work this way, change it this way, right? Now if I join their team, I'm going to provide that experience to them. Then we will be a rocking team. Okay, meanwhile, Santosh has a question. At the outset, let me tell you that you have taken a very good initiative of going online for your campaign and setting a trend for PRANIWA future elections. Our members who do not stay here will be here. Okay. I have two quick questions as I am rushing to office. We'll appreciate if you can address them for larger audience. Definitely, Santosh. And thank you for your comment above. And yeah, my idea is even the MC should encourage more owners participation and reach out more. I think actually as part of campaign, what I'm trying to do is basically a dry run for what I wish to do if I get elected as part of the MC. So yeah, shoot your questions, Santosh. I will address them if possible while you are still connected, or I will address them for the larger audience, and then you can come back and look at them later, or I'll catch up with you. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Venkat, do you have any questions?
Let's talk some history here. What was your role in the first MC?
Okay, so first MC, my role was as an active member of the society. I was volunteered or proposed in the AGMs, in the ad hoc committee and all that. I used to come every week from the city and then moved in here. I was very actively participating in the first committee and the subsequent committees also. Yeah, I was even accused of being a spokesperson for the MCs in AGM, right? Yeah, I've been working with all the committees. I know you have a follow-up to that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Was there any particular role you played, like secretary or
no?
No. Okay. Now here comes the toughest question. What is your answer to the allegations about the MOU which the first MC signed?
Hey, there are two things. Let's see. Let me address this once and for all. If required, we will call an SGM to make all the owners understand, and we will go from there. In the beginning, the first committee, as I have been telling, and I told 100 times, first committee with the amount of knowledge or the situation prevailing at that time took a particular route. Okay, I supported that. Okay, they didn't go for the confrontation route. Okay, they wanted to buy more time. They wanted to make sure, first of all, the society, handed over society, is in good enough condition. There are not many people at that time. They have their reasons. It's better the key stakeholders of the first committee explain that, right? But I know it. So they did their decision, and I support that. Then when large number of owners have joined, and as a society, we all took a different route. We thought, no, let's go for a legal approach, right? Let's take claim on the clubhouse. So we're not leaving it, right? At that point of time, I opposed that approach. Let's be very clear. Does that mean never? No. Once majority of the owners decided no, we are taking this route, then that becomes my approach, your approach, everybody's approach. Then let's work and help subsequent committees succeed in the legal route. It's not that there is no point in proving who is right or who is wrong. Who said, if somebody says I opposed a particular route at that point, does that mean I'll be continuously working to prove that I'm always right? I myself don't believe that, right? So we took a different route. Second committee went ahead with the court, to the court. We cases in the national forum. We are making some progress, and we need to stick together and make this approach succeed. What are we even talking about? Why is it a discussion point? And also about MOU, folks are talking about. See, first of all, MOU. Yes, as I said, first committee took a different route and entered into an MOU. I suggest everybody to read the MOU. Second, MOU is unregistered. Number one, unregistered MOU cannot stop us. Okay, it's not a valid legal thing. Second, as many of the owners know, the MOU, whatever unregistered MOU is clearly nullified in a subsequent AGM when we took the different route. So that is not even in the picture. That's out. There is a different approach taken by first committee. That's, yes.
What are the contents of that MOU?
Okay,
what does it contain?
Yeah, read through it. The contents of the MOU. You see, I'm not here to defend the first committee or to defend second committee or to oppose any committee. I'm telling, yeah, have some patience, go through the MOU, or let's call for an AGM, right? So that we changed the approach. Let us succeed in that. So like Nagesh Garu, RKM Raju, Chandrasekhar Garu, all these people are there who worked in the committees, and they know the current status, or if we have any obstacles in the way, and let's hear from them and help them. So right now, it's the job of the current committee. Whoever gets elected as president, they need to understand the current position of it and also clarify the history of it and to all the owners. And then every owner should pitch in and help our legal battle. Pitch in if you have any additional documentation, additional proofs that will strengthen our case, or if you have any additional experts who can guide us, chip in, reach out to our legal committee. Right now, the legal committee, I haven't seen the MC engaging with the legal committee, right? I don't know if the legal committee is really functioning or restructured or anything. How long we'll keep quiet, right? So we need to make sure our legal approach is sound, and then we succeed in that. So that's the approach that I take. I don't see any reason why anybody need to do some personal attacks or vilification campaign. So I don't understand that, and it's no big deal. It's no big deal. We can,
okay.
I can.
So many members express their concerns that if you become president, the legal cases will be affected. So will you be, as a president, will you be handling the legal cases personally?
So that's what I'm saying. This comes, we need to understand, first of all. I spelled out my mind right now. Okay, what I think. So my mind is, and this is what I have been telling for years. Okay, this is what I've been telling for years. So once our society as a team, we decided to go on the one route. That's my route. I want that to succeed. Okay, I told that, I clarified it 100 times. So how am I going to affect the legal cases? Yes, I'm going to affect the legal cases because I'm going to help them succeed. Okay. Second, president is not going to directly drive the legal cases. To be frank, I'm not an expert in legal matters, right? So we have experts here. We have lawyer Durga Prasad Garu. We have people who worked on it, right? We have that legal committee. We help them. From the MC, we need to provide all the backing and help that is required to legal committee. That is what the president need to do. Our president is not it's not some kind of a executive authority, right? In our society, we have 13 people team. We sit together. Each one of us are equals as individuals. President is just a title, right? If all 10 people in the MC meeting says something is the right approach, what is the president going to do? See, this is frivolous question. Nobody, no single person can do anything. So all of us together can do wonders.
You have questions, I think.
Okay.
To answer.
Okay, let me. Yeah. Meanwhile, Santosh has those questions. Okay, so Santosh is asking, tree cutting is becoming a menace in the society, and we do not have professional staff to handle this challenge. Okay. Yeah, and second question Santosh had is, what are your thoughts on monthly maintenance charges? We are running on the same cost since last 9 to 10 years, and I feel this is a big reason not to dare to go for better security, STP, maintenance, road repairs, water softening, etc. Don't you feel that we should start increasing the charges as per the inflation, which will give a cushion and funds for betterment? Okay, thank you, Santosh. I hope you are still online, or if you have rushed to office. Yes, I will address these questions, and for the larger audience, we can yeah, you can catch up on those later, either on the video or you can catch me at the park. We'll talk. Yeah. Okay. See, basically on the monthly maintenance charges, yeah. So we are at 1,000 rupees struck for months. I know of struck for years. I know that is correct. Right now, I don't have a take on whether we increase it, decrease it, or anything, right? So right now, this is the money that we have. With that, what are the services we are aspiring for? What best we can get? Let's get there. Second, the bylaws committee is in work right now. I think it is a better idea to set the expectation that maybe an yearly increase in the maintenance charges in the bylaws, maybe 5%, 10%, just like the property tax is increasing, to offset the inflation is a good idea. It's a good idea. But outright increase of maintenance, I don't think as part of the campaign or as part of our discussions, I don't think anybody has the enough data or facts to talk or to decide that. The ideas that should drive us are we getting the desired services? How do we get these services within this money? If we are not, where are the leakages? How do we fix that, right? And then when as owners, all of us together, if we think, hey, let's spend more money and get these services, that's fine, right? So whatever it is, we need to put that proposal and the cost estimate and how it's going to affect our finances, and then reach out to owners and take a call, rather than you or me deciding that this is the right thing or that is the right thing, right? So that's how I approach these kind of issues. Okay. And then better security, STP maintenance, road repairs, water softening. Don't you feel that we should start increasing the charges? See, there are two things, right, Santosh? Yeah, increasing charges, as I addressed, that's not the solution, but yeah, it's an important item. Second, there is two things. There is capital expenditure, there is a maintenance expenditure. We need to ensure we are not spending the accrued interest on the corpus onto the regular maintenance. We are not. We should keep the actual corpus safe and the accrued interest to be spent on the capital expenditure only. For the regular maintenance, we need to use the maintenance money. Within the maintenance money, we need to plan well, control the leakages, and make it effective, find simple solutions, right? And then we have, hi Shweta. Shweta joined. What is your buying point in comparison to other contestants? Hi Shweta. Yeah, thanks for the question. Thanks for joining. Actually, earlier I covered that, but anyway, let me give you a brief recap. What we have seen is in the committees, there are people with good intents. They are trying out different things. What makes me different from the other contestants? In my opinion, I bring to the table a lot of experience of the society and the mistakes that happened in the past, and by virtue of being closely working with each committee and participating in the community affairs continuously. So I bring that experience and can avoid some of the pitfalls. And second, as an individual, I come with a lot of experience of building, leading teams, and executing complex stuff, right? So that's going to, I'm going to bring that onto table. Second, I can say I'm tech savvy. I find technical solutions to solve our problems, which is basically cheaper solutions, and so I bring that to table. Third, I have fortunately good friends and people and who can rally around me, which includes the existing team, right? And also my approach of reaching out to people and leveraging people, rather leveraging everybody's expertise, is going to help me in delivering stuff, because we as a community of 600 houses, definitely each house has at least 2 experts in their own fields, right? So if we reach out to everybody, we are going to get a lot of help. And with that way of operating, I think I stand out from the rest of the contestants. And as I said, my operating principles would be, I want to set the expectations to all the owners also, right? So all the decision makings or some of the options that we take, I always guide myself on the operating principles I enunciated earlier, right? Okay, meanwhile, Koteswar Rao Kolegaru is asking a question. By any chance, do you have an outlook on the current status on legal issues, especially Clubhouse? What is our prospect of getting back to PRANIWA? Okay. So 1 second, Kole, before I come back to that. Shweta Garu, did I answer your question? Any follow-up? Thank you, Santosh. So, Koteshwara, actually, I just answered that question. But anyway, here is the summary. My stand is, we need to succeed in the case and get the Clubhouse to PRANIWA. As simple as that. What we need to do for that is, to begin with, empower the legal committee, understand the current status, publish the facts to all the owners, seek help, guidance from experts, and go about it. Go full hog and get it, right? So is there any other option? Why are we even asking for an option? There is no option. Get it for PRANIWA. That's what we should be working. Clear, colleague?
Okay. Do you have any idea about CFPC, Corporate Fund Protection Committee? What is the current status?
I would say it's defunct. Only I think a lot of members, for various reasons, have resigned, and only 1 or 2 members are there. And I think we need to reconstitute it and also frame the rules a little less stringent. So the current CFPC, I know the guidelines, so I have been part of it earlier, right? Only
you were part of CFPC?
Yeah, I was part of CFPC. Okay. Yeah. We got, as part of CFPC, we got requests for 2 or 3 requests we got, and I think at that time, the Corpus Fund Committee considered those and gave alternates and basically rejected the claim on the corpus. Okay, but I see a need to urgently reconstitute legal committee, Corpus Fund Committee, with a clear mandate and expectations of what to expect from them, to be shared with all the owners. That is the foremost thing that we need to do. What we are doing is, but this is what, as I told, my disappointment of for the last 8 months is we are losing out precious time. I'm not finding fault with the existing committee, but for various reasons, president has resigned, and all these reasons, we lost 8 months after a huge mandate and after huge expectations for everybody. We didn't even register our own society. We didn't reconstituted our CFPC. We didn't reconstituted our legal committee. What are we for 8 months? We haven't even strengthened or took even a transition from the legal committee, or gave enough support to legal committee. And what are we talking about winning the case on Clubhouse? Foremost thing to win the case on the Clubhouse is empower the legal committee.
How will you select the legal committee and
I'm not going to select it. I'm not going to select it. We are going to select it, right? How? So we have experienced people who are already in it, right? If they wish to continue, well and good. We can add more people. If they have some personal constraint or due to professional and other things, we will add more people. That needs to happen with the consent of all the owners. For example,
you so, say an SGM?
Yeah, of course we need to call an SGM on this, but before calling the SGM, we need to get our facts right, and then put that in front of people, and then call an SGM. Straight away calling an SGM with an open-ended item like, oh, legal case, then everybody comes and talks everything, right? In their own perspective. How is that going to help us? So the job of an MC is to collect the facts, put the facts in front of everybody, and then call an SGM, seek guidance from owners, or the preference from owners, right? So even that is how early also happened. For example, within our colony, we have a lawyer, Durga Prasad Garu. He, rather than Sham, Venkat, or all these people who are self-styled experts on legal matters, we never styled anyway. Okay, so the people like that, they contributed, they volunteered, right? We need to seek their guidance and understand the current position, how we can help our legal cases. Let's chip in. Kolegaru, does that answer your question?
Okay.
Yeah, Santosh is asking another important question. There is another trend of members changing the exterior building color code, which is fixed for all the blocks, because many will start following the trend. That's dangerous. And yeah, so Santosh, basically it is legally, we need to check how far we have the enforcement authority on it. Okay, that's the legal part. Leave that. Second, we need to reach out to all owners. It is for our benefit. We have formed certain guidelines for all of us. It is voluntarily, we all agreed to follow certain guidelines, not to change the facade of the building or not to change the color code, right? If there are violations, obviously we need to talk to teams and also put in a process that approval from MC is given, so that during that time we can give the do's and don'ts. One simple idea is there is change of ownerships. Huge number of new people are coming in. Everybody is not aware of the rules and all that, right? So the simple thing that I want to fix this is, okay, number one, we need to have a big ledger of membership history, right? Each house, we should have a big ledger dedicated, each page, one page per house. Who is the owner? Who are the family members? All these details. If there is a ownership change, we should have that changed. Second, any new owner or tenant who comes into our colony, simple things like let's give them a welcome kit, right? Along with a copy of the bylaws, right? What does a welcome kit contain? A copy of the bylaws, do's and don'ts, in terms of where to reach, important phone numbers, or the small introduction of their neighbors, right? So this kind of welcome kit, if we give as part of that, if we give hey, welcome to our community. These are the do's and don'ts. If you do this, this is where you need to seek permission. So that is how you set the mindset and cultures. So that's a simple thing that I want to encourage. And I okay. Second, we need to reach out to RTO, not RTO, local registrar, and find out a way to provide our no dues, right? We should work closely with the registrar, so that if there is any changeover of ownership is happening, the due status or the from the previous owner to new owner is transparent to both of them. Some of the owners have bought the house and they don't know about the previous dues, and they have a problem when you suddenly tell, hey, this is what you need to do. I'm not aware of it, is what some of the owners are saying, right? So we need to work closely with the registrar and make it better. Second, we need to welcome the new members with our do's and don'ts and our community's standard practices. So everybody comes in with the expectations set the right way. Okay. Amit Kumar, good luck, Shyam. At least if we have a aspiring candidate who is willing to face people. Oh, thank you, Amit. That doesn't mean others are not willing. Yeah, they are coming to your homes. I am coming to your homes. Okay, we are all willing to face people. Okay, thank you for your comment anyway.
Oh, I'm receiving WhatsApp questions that to answer Santosh Chaturvedi's question about exteriors or something.
I just answered that. I just answered that. Kolegaru is saying, I believe 2 parts here. One, legal approval for the statutory body, Gram Panchayat, which can be ensured. 2, society guidelines, which needs to be legal consultations to enforce. What was your? Yes, absolutely, Kolegaru. Society guidelines. See, as owners, we need to, as long as we don't trample on the statutes of the country, or we don't trample on the individual rights of any human being, we can form our own rules for our own benefit within this, right? And we should inculcate that culture, right? So if we all together say a building exterior should be painted white, right? And it's not trampling anybody's right, it's not trampling any statutory provisions, then we all agree that that's what we will stick to, then we should be doing it. If not, it's not a legal thing. It's about socially, we all need to, as a society, we need to put that pressure on, or create a mechanism, right? Like, see, okay, far short. This is how I think. Each member will have some sort of a point system. If you violate this law, you lose 5 points. If you change the exterior of the building, you lose 10 points, right? So in my mind, that is there, right? But I can't see. Ideally, this I would see. Each owner will have some 50 points, right? 40 points and above will have a vote, right? So if you change the exterior, you lose 5 points. If you have dues more than 5,000, you lose 3 more points. Such kind of a formula we can have. We all can agree and make it, rather than for everything making a legalistic stand will not help us move forward. Am I clear? And also, don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, for simple things, we don't need to go on the legalistic viewpoint, right? At the same time, we should be operating within the framework of the larger legal and statutory provisions. We should not trample on the rights of any individual, and we as a society, we should be matured enough to what we are doing for our own good and what we are doing for our own future, right?
But will it not allow others to commit the same mistakes if you do that pointing system?
Yeah, but might be. See, this is just an offshoot. I'm telling this. It's not a crystal clear proposal. So those are the options which needs to be validated, verified legally. What kind of measures we have to deter, right? So that needs to be formulated very carefully, not like in one meeting, Kole asks a question or Venkat asks a question, Shyam cannot provide solutions to anything, right? So this is just one of the kind of idea that I give. So people might come with a lot of ideas like this. Let's brainstorm and find out a way. Okay. Yes, you're right, Kolegaru. Yeah, for whatever we do, we need to consider, is it legally valid? Is it trampling on anybody's rights, right? And then make provisions to make it legally valid and binding. So that there is no simple foolproof formula to it. In every work that we do, if that can be the operating principle, hey, did we check? Is it contradicting any of the statutes of the country? Did we check? Is it contradicting any of the local government authority, right? And then did we made this arrangement with the local government, or that arrangement with the registrar legal, as a legally standing thing, right? If we have these two guiding principles while deciding any of our own arrangements, and we should be good. We might, various committees in the past and maybe in future also might slip up once or twice, right, on such a things. As owners, what we need to do is quickly jump in and help them secure that validity, rather than trying to put them under pressure, saying, hey, this is legally not valid, I will go to court and all that. Of course, if your rights are trampled, anybody is free to go to court. But so our discourse need to change from that tone to a more cooperative and collaborative tone.
So, what are your long-term goals? And you have 2 years. So you have already mentioned what you're going to do in the 60 to 90 days period in your brochure, election introduction made.
Yeah.
So what are your long-term goals? If after you have completed your tenure, what you want yourself to be? Is there anything in particular?
No. I never thought of that, but basically we will do our best. So why I gave the 60 to 90 days plan is those are achievable, small little things that will make a huge difference. Bigger things, I set the direction, right, and I gave my priorities, but that doesn't mean there is a concrete proposal, right? So I can get the concrete proposal, but the question is, the way we want to work is, I need to join with the rest of the team, look at the work that the team has already done. Maybe most of the things I'm thinking, maybe the existing committee has already, it might be working, right? We need to take it from there and do our bit. And if okay, so if I think, as you asked, if what I want me to be remembered for, that's one of the reasons why I'm contesting this election also, and that's what I want to be remembered for, is for unity. So right now I see, it's painful to see people in the community being in different groups, and so it's registered in the minds, which is not right. Like I'm sad to say, Hindi, non-Hindi, Telugu, Air Force, civilian. What are all these groups? Why are we operating in groups? I want to break all these groups and unify everybody. We need to have more interaction between the owners, and that's the primary reason for me to run this campaign. And as part of this campaign, I'm not approaching this group, that group, and all that. Every single owner, I'm going out, reaching out to them, trying to understand and take inputs from them, and seeking their support. So why can't we all work together? If I'm running for a president of PRANIWA, I'm going to be the president for each of the owners. It's not like, and first of all, we need to take this talk of groups and all that out of our community and make it a unified community. We can have disagreements. Let's disagree. Let's argue, but let's do it in an agreeable way. And we need to understand these issues might be there for a day, for an election, but we have to be neighbors for the lifetime, right? So that I want to be remembered, or I want to work for bringing about that unity in the community.
Okay, so we are long past our given time.
Okay.
Let's continue for another 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what will be your strategy for conducting AGMs peacefully and productively?
Yeah, exactly. So as I told in the park, AGMs, we need to publish the agenda, seek the feedback from owners. You need not wait for AGM for owners to speak up, right? You have various forums. For the resident owners, you can reach out, talk to them, put it, why can't we, I want to change the way we are operating, right? So if there is an AGM next week, I'm going to call a tea party for the resident owners in the park this Sunday. We can already exchange views. We can put forth stuff. We can send out emailers, already hear from the owners, put a crystal clear proposal, and then go to the AGM with a resolution draft. Then and explain the point of discussing the resolution in the AGM is to explain and consider both pros and cons or the pitfalls in the resolution. Let's discuss that. If required, change the resolution or explain what is the meaning of that resolution and then move forward. That will be a constructive AGM rather than dumping the agenda on the AGM and asking all the 30-40 people to speak their minds. We can never get a decision or a closure on any topic on that. So this is, again, I'm talking in a free flow, but that's the way we need to operate.
Okay, so we know that everybody in the present MC are good people. They have a lot of capability and everything, but still they are failing. I think the primary reason is the time, their jobs, they're not able to give enough time. This is going to continue even if you have become president. So how are you going to manage it?
Yeah, I'm going to say failure is a big word. Okay, so committee, they have their professional lives, they have other demands. That's why what I'm saying is, once you streamline stuff, the basic things of running the cleaning vendor, running the security vendor, this is not something that that should be addressed by a person of me or Ramarao's capability or Kishore's capability. These are routine, basic, minimum things. Once you streamline, train our staff, our office staff like Mahesh, Sripal, Pradeep, Nagamani, they are capable. They should be able to run these basics once we streamline this process and train them. As MC members, we should be focusing on long-term things and using our abilities to think about how to make things better. How do we get more legal compliance? That is the level at which MC members should be operating rather than getting to the basics. Because right now we are in such a mess, so we have to get to the basics. We need to get to the nuts and bolts for now. But being a 10-year-old community, that's disappointing. We need to fix this very urgently so that all MCs now and future should be actually looking at strategic things rather than daily nuts and bolts. Okay, meanwhile, I see Sampath joining. Hi, Sampath, good morning. Okay, Sampath has a question. As we are paying an average 20 plus lakhs of property taxes together from all 600 houses, and total together might have paid already 2.2 crores, and all these in 10 years. We got 30% grants. Your stand, please. Yes, Sampath. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. I welcome you. Thank you for joining. So about the property tax, as I said, I think there is some issue there. Why we are heftily taxed is one issue. Right now, it's increasing 5% every year, but it's very heavy comparatively. Right now, as Ramarao Garu confirmed, the existing committee has reached out to the authorities. They represented to various agencies to take a relook at it. We need to find out the current status of it. My approach is to reach out to the authorities and see the rationale of it, or if any of you amongst our owners have anybody who can help us pull the right strings or to connect to the relevant authorities, you're welcome. We will go there and put our case, okay, and provide our facts and see if it can be adjusted, right? At least sometimes if it is statutorily not possible to reduce, then at least we pay to stop the increase of 5% for a few years, or to get a grant in aid a little more from the panchayat, acknowledging the fact that we are paying more, right? So these are the options that we need to work on, Sampath. That should be definitely our priority item, and it's there in my priority list, Sampath. And Anivilla Venkata, good morning. Thank you for joining, Sham. Impressive campaign. Okay, thank you. Do you have a question? Okay, we need to restore PN to its earlier glory. Yeah, we need to. That's unfortunate. We don't need to. We need to restore to earlier glory, and we need to go beyond that. Actually, we need to move into future. Meanwhile, Sampath, is that clear, or do you have any follow up? Thank you, Sampath. So then Varigunda Madhu joined. He says, what would be your first sign? If you have already something in mind, please remove that and make sure that the speed breakers are okay. I got it. Hey, yeah, Madhushekar, I think not only speed breakers, that's a good idea. Actually, when we painted the curbs on the main road, it would have been better. The speed breakers are painted. It's easy. Second, curbs across all lanes should be painted. It's looking very ugly right now. So we need to fix that. And I don't know why we stopped with the main road. We should get back the footpaths cleaned up. We should get back. Get all the curbs across all lanes painted, and here and there they were broken. We need to fix that. These are the simple things that will uplift the look and feel of the colony or the experience of somebody visiting. Yeah, there are long-term things which require huge money, huge work with the government officials, legal process, etc. But what is stopping us from fixing the basic things? There are curbs that were broken here and there. Why can't we just fix them in one shot? So we need to get those, and that's going to be my approach. Simple, easy things should be out of the way, so that gives you bandwidth to address larger issues. If we are stuck with curbs painting and curbs somewhere broken and cleanliness for too long, then I'm sure nobody will have time to focus on the larger things. Okay, Madhushekar, does that answer your question?
Okay, now coming to the cultural part, we have so many different groups and setups. How are you planning to bring them all on the same platform? Do we need to do it?
Yeah, so basically, okay, wait a minute, Venkat, before I come back to your question, there is Shweta is asking a question here.
Okay.
Shweta Elanki is asking a question. What would be, welcome Shweta, good morning, thanks for joining. What would be your action if you could not, okay, if you are not able to implement your promises made, and how confident are you? I'm pretty confident because Shweta, I'm not promising some heaven, or I'm not promising I will get you roads by this day. I will get you I'll get heaven into Prakriti Nivas. I'm not promising anything. What I'm promising is primarily to bring about unity, to increase the interaction between the owners and transparency in the decision making, right? And the change in the approach of the MCs, right? That is what basically I am promising. And the other promises of simple things like registering the society, simple things like restoring a little more beauty of the society. These are the things that we shouldn't be failing. It's the only thing is where we are failing is we are not having a prioritized list approach for various things. That's a simple fix. Okay, so to look at, I'm not going to fail in any of bringing about these things. Even if okay, for example, if I want to bring greenery for across all the lanes on the footpaths and all that, I'm giving an example. If I fail to bring it in 2-3 lanes, that's fine. I'll take that failure. I at least I could have I achieved 80% of what I planned to do. Right? That's the way I took it. I take it as. I don't see things as failures or successes. We do our due diligence. We approach a thing. We have an open mind to course correct if it is not executed in the way we wanted it, and go about it. Okay, Shweta, I hope that answered your question. Sampath is asking, how can we work with DPO, MPDO to streamline the house property taxes to keep the lower boundary as applicable as per GPDDC norms? I need your guidance on that, Sampath. Definitely you and others' guidance. I don't know. I don't know how you work with the DPO or MPDO on limiting the property tax. I seek ideas. That's the which I work on. I don't know. I don't claim to be an expert on how to deal with these things. We know we don't know about these things. Well, let's talk to folks, or let's go to DPO office, or reach out to different experts in it. I'm sure within colony, some of the owners might be able to help us. They might have seen it in their other societies and all that. We just need to start an email thread or reach out to people. Hey, this is our problem. Any suggestions? Then we'll get guidance. We go meet people and go about it. And I'm counting on a lot of energy and support from you, Sampath, on all these things. Okay, am I audible to everybody? Looks like Madhushekar is not able to hear me. I think others are able to hear me, because Shweta has responded. Okay, we should appreciate for conducting this new way of interaction with the contestants. Good luck. Thank you, Shweta Garu. Okay, and you're asking something. Is that the last question?
Let me break my question. Do you acknowledge that there are cultural groups and divisions in our society? First, do you acknowledge them?
I acknowledge there are divisions. Okay, so I acknowledge there are divisions.
So do you think they have to be brought together, or let them be happy in their own clusters?
Okay, so I acknowledge it. I don't sugarcoat it. That's the primary reason why I actually came to this election, to bring about unity. Second, we need to allow them to thrive, not the divisions. There are cultural differences. There are different cultures. Allow them to thrive. Accommodate everybody. Cooperate with everybody. Fine. Let everybody interact. So let's not make them into watertight compartments. Only one group will interact with only that group. They don't interact with other group. See other group's interest as counterproductive to my group. This kind of division should be broken. That is what I'm pitching in this election.
How will you do it?
And I'm going to break those groups.
How?
See, I met all the owners. I'm reaching out to each individual owner as an individual, right? I don't recognize these group heads who are creating this sham of hey, through me only my group can be reached. All my group. No, all the group members are your gulami. No, they're not. Everybody is an individual owner. We are reaching out to them, and most of the owners we have reached out. They wanted to break these divisions. Nobody is happy with the divisions. Everybody want to thrive their own culture, their thinking, their festivals, their priorities. But at the same time, everybody want to live together happily with everybody and participate and collaborate with everybody. That's the mindset of majority of the owners that I have seen. I think we are going to break these divisions. Okay.
So the time is running out. Any appeal to the voters?
My appeal to the voters is, you heard me, and you heard me. Choose carefully, not about any single issue. What we need to decide is what is good for our society, and what direction we need to go about. And I want to appeal to current MC members also. It is Okay, I'm not contesting this election against MC. I'm contesting this election to join MC. It's for the conscience of each of the existing MC members. Ask your conscience. If I join you, will we be a better team together? Will we achieve better things? Choose according to your conscience. Second, my appeal to all owners is assess the candidature of all three of us contestants and assess our approach to work. Assess what we are speaking on various issues. Assess our experience, right? And decide what is required at this point of time for this community to make it better, to bring unity, to break these groups, and to unify the community and bring about the required experience and the ability to take everybody along. Consider those and make your choice, and please try to vote, try to attend the voting tomorrow, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. And I thank you all. I met a lot of great folks as part of this campaign. That is a big win for me. I have met a few people who are very, very interesting people who are doing great stuff within amongst us, who has great conviction to different ideas. I'm fortunate to meet a lot of them. Sad, I was unaware of a lot of great folks all these years, but that's what the victory of this election, actually, that's a success as a campaign. I'm fortunate to meet a lot of you.
I think you have a last question from Sampath. Will you take it?
Okay, let me see. You stand on employee welfare of our society and keeping the dignity of labor in our owner's mind. Sampath, you know my stand? I stand for dignity of every individual, be it employee, be it owner, be it tenant, or everybody. And also, everybody should have a fair work conditions, and they should be given a proper training, expectation setting, and then work is different, and they should be compensated fairly, and for the compensation that we are giving on the work wise, demand, set the expectations, get the work done. But we should be fair in our payments, and we should be legally and statutorily compliant. Okay. Thank you, Sampath.
Thank you, Shyam.
And thank you all once again. Remember to vote for unity and bringing and having everybody along, and having the experience to tackle complex issues and explain the complex issues in a simplified manner to everybody. Consider these issues, and I hope most of the owners will choose me as as the president of PRANIWA, and I wish you all of us good luck. Thank you all.
Thank you.